Hey, Digan, did you hear about everything coming up at the Gamescom?
Sure did, Jimmy. I'm excited, Highkey, to talk about it later in the show. There's tons to talk about, you know, like,
Digan, I am Nokey excited about the way you keep spoiling the show. People need to stick around and watch, dude.
Dude.
Hello, and welcome to the download, coming to you live from right here in the VENN studio. How live, you may ask? So live, we can see you posting on Discord right now, Gonzo. Keep dunking on Digan here, who you totally don't know with those memes.
Definitely don't know why those names sound so familiar. Bring it on, brother. All right, I'm Daniel Digan Gonzalez. Joining me is Emma Fife and Jimmy Wong, and we're here to bring you the latest news for everything you care about. Of course, we're always looking for you to tell us what you care about, so make sure to drop by the Discord or follow us at Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch at watchvenn.
Yeah, hit that follow button, smash it, and make sure you're also typing away in the chat as well. We're always watching. I got all these screens and I'm watching.
Always.
And Matt, Mr. X, will join us later on to discuss Call of Duty. But first, some COD breaking news to start the lowdown.
Breaking news.
Just a few minutes ago, more details about the upcoming Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War have been announced. The big news here is that it will be fully cross-play and cross-progression across all platforms. Cross, both current and next gen. So yes, that means you're gonna be able to play on your PS5 with your friends who are still on Xbox One. How important is this for the game?
I'm pro crossplay in general, because
Yeah.
I feel like for me especially, like, I'm more of a console gamer than a PC gamer, though I'm slowly like getting more into the PC market. So anytime that you offer crossplay, it's just really nice.
Yeah.
And I think also because we are in a generation where consoles, they're expensive.
Yeah,
They
they're
cost
real
a lot,
expensive.
They cost a lot of money. So, so you definitely want to position yourself so that people who are on multiple consoles can enjoy games together, because I think
Yeah.
that just encourages people to invest even more in whatever console they have, while like simultaneously just supporting the gaming market in general. So
Right.
I'm for it.
And I think, to me, the big news about this is that it's cross-console generation, right?
Yeah.
It's not just that it's cross-console, it's cross-console generation. So a couple things flowed into my mind. One, from a competitive standpoint, is one console's frame rate going to be better than the other? So would
Sure.
you like say,
I'm
hey,
getting sweaty already.
it's Modern Warfare, man, of course.
Yeah.
But then, you know, beyond that, a specific anecdote for me is I've been able to connect with my brother and sisters because they play Modern Warfare or Call of Duty Modern Warfare and crossplay, and I play on the PC. So I think it's a fantastic continuation of an ideation of Call of Duty to put it in the next one, so that if someone upgrades and someone doesn't have the capital to do that, doesn't want to do that, then you
Yeah.
still can stay connected. I think that's so awesome.
Yeah, I really like that as well, though I do completely understand it is sort of a double-edged sword, because there is the really positive aspect of, like you say, not everybody has to be on the latest generation console in order to be able to play together. It does present some potential hiccups when it comes to competitive play.
Yeah.
That's a very legitimate concern, but ultimately, I think your average consumer isn't a competitive gamer. You know, there's a lot of people that just want to be able to play with their friends and family, and even people that are super competitive and super good at video games, like yourself, Digan, you still see
He's not that good.
Come on.
I mean,
I'm just kidding. He's great.
Jimmy.
He's way better than me. He's way better than me. All right, jeez.
These are fighting words.
I just hope this sets a precedent for other game companies moving forward to have crossplay. Because I remember, way back in the day, like PS3, PS2, it's like, I can't play my PS2 game on my
I
PS3.
know.
Unbelievable. All this money I've spent. So I'm glad that there is a lot more of this. I hope this is just the standard moving forward.
I do wonder, though, for consoles that release that might have issues, like, because both PS5 and Xbox Series X are coming out, I wonder if it does stunt their growth a little bit. And I'm kind of looking a little bit more at the Xbox Series X, that Halo's not coming out. Now I don't have to get the newest one to play with my friends.
Yep.
So great innovation, again, maybe a small dent in the path for Xbox Series X.
Dude, they've had a lot of hiccups in their path. Those two things don't go together. Okay, in a classic Nintendo move, the company dropped a new Direct this morning out of nowhere. But this time around, it was focused on third-party games from its partners, including Ubisoft's Just Dance 2021, an updated version of rhythm game Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, I'm really loving that one, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, and the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition. So these are all very recognizable games, but from third-party developers. So what are the biggest takeaways from this morning's slightly smaller Direct?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to Vash in our Discord for posting this as soon as it existed. I believe the link showed up and it had only been up for 9 minutes. So
Nice.
thank you. I was able to come across that very quickly this morning and actually watch some of this before we got going today. I mean, listen, it's if you like rhythm games, let me tell you.
And Tetris.
If you like rhythm games and Tetris, Nintendo Switch has got you covered. Yeah, I mean, obviously, these are a lot of very recognizable titles, as you say, that have just found their way to Switch. The Kingdom Hearts installment is also going to feature another chapter that's never yet before been seen in that particular edition of Kingdom Hearts. There's a lot of Kingdom Hearts games, you guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot more than sort of the main series. But yeah, I mean, listen, I love that Nintendo spent the time to make a whole video devoted to a bunch of games that are basically just ports from other systems.
Right.
Because that gives them a lot more attention, I think, than these games would otherwise necessarily get. I mean, if it was just an article saying like, hey, guess what? Romancing Sagas 1 through 3 are all gonna be available on Switch, people would be like, all right. But now, because they do take the time to do these nice video packages, people are like, I don't know. That's not the Romancing Saga I want, Square Enix. Give me Saga Frontiers 1 and 2, please, sometime, somewhere. But that's my takeaway.
The deep cuts there. For me, I think, one, yes, the power that Nintendo Direct has, I think is really cool, right? So when they do have a big AAA announcement, it's going to be able to pull eyes. So I think that's a cool tidbit that we can store for the future. I think back to the Wii, and when the Wii came out, and once they figured out, hey, we're gonna be playing all these motion games, right? That was the thing, and all the games had some sort of workout or you're gonna get sweaty when you play this kind of game.
Twilight Princess, you literally were swinging the sword.
Yeah,
I thought it was cool.
And it's super cool. Now it kind of feels like it's motion, but now with music, with rhythm. And so Nintendo is putting in this injection of music because they have a full library of franchises that are willing to share that, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the time when you try to go into music games, you run into licensing issues. You run into these walls that prevent you from being able to fully experience that. But now with Kingdom Hearts, now Just Dance already has their licensing agreement in place.
Yeah.
It feels like, hey, there's a really cool area of gaming and music that can be hit specifically by Nintendo and their franchise.
Yeah, and the Switch, I think, is just the perfect console for these smaller titles. They're not super graphics intensive, so you can really play it on the go and still get the full experience. So good job, Switch.
Good job.
Right. Christopher Nolan has delivered on his promise.
What?
His latest movie, Tenet, has been released in theaters.
Oh.
At least internationally, where it's a little more safe than the crap show of America. This comes after months of delays due to COVID-19 precautions. As of today, it's premiered in Australia, South Korea, Canada, and a large portion of Europe. Next week, it's going to be opening in select U.S. cities. Wow. So, I mean, I want to head back to the movies, but are we ready, as humans, both internationally and here domestically, ready to head back to the theaters?
Apparently Tom Cruise is, because he went. I mean, he was wearing a mask and stuff, but yeah.
I would have expected that person to put on 3 or 4 masks. You know, the power of Scientology can only protect you so far, right?
Yeah.
A really interesting piece here. Tom Cruise went and saw this movie in a theater, and it was sort of a press PR type piece, but he said he really enjoyed it. A 2.5-hour affair in the movie theater. That's really interesting.
That's a long movie.
Yeah, it's a long movie. That doesn't look socially distanced.
I
will say, as I scroll through Instagram and social media as one does, different pockets of our country feel safer than others. Whether it is or not, they feel safer. So they are in different phases of opening. In LA, we're, I think, still very much like, hey, let's be safe. You know, the safety that we have on our crew here, the distance that we have here. As soon as we get off the set, we put our mask back on. But in other areas, they're going out and life looks like it's getting back to normal. So I can understand from a global sense and from a national sense, from a macro sense, why they're opening up and releasing these in select cities and select theaters. So for me, here in LA, I would wait. I'm not going out to another place that's enclosed. Plus, it feels very difficult to have that like community mentality of like, hey, everyone kind of understands social distancing. We're not here yet in LA. But other areas, I can see that making sense.
Yeah, I do think everyone has to, right? The issue with a lot of the U.S. is that we're all run state by state. Everything's gonna be so different. Europe is more country by country. I think in terms of like going to see movies, what Tom Cruise said is right. Big movie, big screen, loved it, right? We're trying to rebirth this whole industry. And it's going to be interesting because different parts of the world are going to reawaken to it at different times.
Yeah, I'm excited for the movie. I can't wait.
Me too.
But you know, we will wait a little bit. So I guess you can't wait.
You can't wait. You have to wait. Please wait.
Yes.
All right. More COD breaking news. We actually just got the full trailer. It launched this morning before our show. So we're going to be seeing this for the first time, right, ever. We're going to talk over it Mystery Science Theater style. I'm really excited.
Oh, boy.
Let's roll the clip.
Which shadow am I? Oh, we're
there it is. Oh.
That guy just got yeeted out of something.
This was captured
Of course
on
it's captured on PlayStation 5.
Yes.
Yeah, could you imagine if it said Xbox Series X?
I would be impressed.
Years of blood.
This sounds very much like the Vietnam War era of, oh yeah, we're going through history here.
Yeah.
Very nice. I wish this wasn't as glamorized because that was one war that was quite divisive, but it's interesting that they are playing the history angle now.
Fellow Americans.
Hey, another actor in the White House.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
You just let out a guttural
I couldn't hold it
very
in.
loud.
I have feelings.
I mean, in terms of actors in the White House, I think we all have feelings.
Is that-
in the world.
In play.
Oh, that'd be great. I think he's
Oh
a
my
wonderful
God,
actor.
I love Mahershala.
Marshall,
Yeah.
Something that could
Just
change
like
the balance of the Cold War.
elevates anything he's in.
You know, if you're trying to do something about the Cold War and there isn't a man in a suit smoking a cigar that looks like Robert Redford, you're probably.
I was gonna
You're doing it wrong.
Is that Robert Redford? What if they actually got Robert Redford?
All right, now we're looking at some actual gameplay here.
Yeah.
Again, they said it was captured on PS5, so I believe
Yeah.
every like the lighting and the
Yeah,
foliage.
the like cinematography, shall we say, of the game is
Sparks.
great.
Ah.
I don't know why I put that.
Sir, we believe it is.
Is that Pitbull?
Well, Reagan's in this. And for some reason, Robert Redford is still wearing
Robert
sunglasses
Still Robert
indoors.
Redford.
Reagan was just calling his film buddies.
Yeah. Dude, they make the Cold War not very cold. There's a lot of gunfire and a
yeah.
lot of explosions.
It'd be hot with all that.
This is a
fire.
hot war.
Oof.
Oh no.
I feel like that is a scene in every Call of Duty thing where you're like on the ground looking
You
around.
look it
and
up,
there's
you can't
chaos
do
everywhere.
anything?
Yeah.
Won't fail us.
That's interesting.
So they're using a lot of Reagan.
A lot of Reagan, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
to me, I enjoy that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and if you order it early,
You get a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
That
you
was
get a
pretty
bunch.
interesting. I mean, like in terms of Call of Duty, I'm generally never interested in these types of games. The most interesting part to me was literally when it showed the 1980 whatever to the 1981.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's a progression of time. Maybe we're gonna learn a little about American history along the way. It'll be interesting because I know that people don't like politics in my games, but this is kind of exactly that, and it's appealing to the
Yeah.
crowd that may be the most averse to it.
yeah, make sure you
Yeah.
go vote on the megaphone poll right now. Looks like it's kind of split a little bit more at
We're in
meh.
the mech world.
Again, I like this historical fiction in a way that's gonna play like a Call of Duty, so I'm learning while fragging out. Like, to me, that's fun, and getting to interact with those historical figures is like, that is a small thing, a small wrinkle I forget how much I like, because Call of Duty is one of the few games that does that.
Yeah.
Mushank in chat said, well, when do I get to play as Reagan?
If you want to run directly off a cliff, that'd be fine.
That's the real revisionist history we're talking about here on the
Yeah,
show. I'm sure
I
you're gonna be able to do some things
I
in
have
it that,
a lot of,
you know.
a lot of feelings about that historically.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. I just think like doing that thing, which is like we are going back into history and redoing it or replaying it, and you might be able to change some things, has a layer of danger to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I love like. I love like a slider style, like alternate history. Am I totally dating myself by referencing the show Sliders? But yeah, I am. I'm totally revealing my age. But anyway, yeah, I like history. Call of Duty's super not my realm. I'm with Jimmy, like the kind of flashing forward through the times is interesting. And I think that people who like this game will like this game.
Degon, you have to let us know how it is because I don't think either of us are playing it.
Yeah.
All right, when the download returns, Matt, Mr. X is coming by to drop even more knowledge on the next Call of Duty. But first, it's time for your daily solo queue.
Solo queue.
Released by Atari in 1973, what game is considered to be the first arcade racing game? Ooh. Is it Fonz,
The Fun.
Death Race, Speed Race, or Space Race?
Space Race.
Who won that in Cold War, by the way? All right, head over to venn.tv/play and take a wild guess, or just drop your answer right in the chat. We can track it either way. The results right after the break. Bye-bye.
Space Race.
Welcome back to the download. Before the break, we asked you which 1973 video game is considered to be the first ever arcade racing game. The options were A, Fonz, B, Death Race, C, Speed Race, or D, Space Race. Everybody at home seems to think that it is Speed Race. Speed Race, not correct. The correct
Where's their
answer
buzzer?
is a space race.
Yeah, we were just talking about the Cold War. Come on, people.
Yeah, my brain. Oh,
gave you
yeah,
the
there you go.
answer.
Space race. Hey, that's correct. Now, my brain doesn't necessarily go to spaceships racing. I'm more of a pod racing kind of person
Oh,
myself.
no.
So wizard, y'all. You know, whatever. It's the future.
working!
We
It's
race.
working!
We race spaceships in the
this
future.
is pod. Okay, all right. I got
That's right, we're back. God, you said all those answers with such gusto. All right, and now we're joined by Matt, Mr. X, to bring the gusto off the big screen. Hey, Matt, are you stoked about shooters this morning?
Yeah, it's been a pretty decent morning if you like first-person shooters, and especially Call of Duty. I think everyone had expectations for the trailer, but I think nobody really knew what to expect.
Yeah, well, that's exactly why you're here, dude. So just
Yeah.
a few minutes ago, Treyarch, the developer of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, dropped the new trailer. Tomorrow, it'll be getting an even bigger reveal at Gamescom. Needless to say, it's generating a bit of a hype, but will it be the game that catapults Call of Duty to the top of the competitive shooter world? Well, I guess it's time for Matt to be honest for us. Matt, take it away.
And so coming in yesterday without any knowledge of the trailer, I was already pretty excited for Call of Duty, specifically because Treyarch was the one developing it. But now seeing the way they're going with the game in terms of how they're developing it with different multiplayer features and zombies and single player, I'm even more excited. I think that this game could really send Call of Duty, I want to say, to a new height, but I mean, Call of Duty's already been like at the top for a few years as a title in general. What they're doing with this game, I think, is going to really change a lot of what's going on in the future. You saw already today, they're doing stuff like that Fortnite was doing within Warzone, so they're activating in that way. The crossplay with the progression from current to next-gen consoles and PC is going to be massive. Free DLC, Battle Pass system, and the single player is one I may actually play because there is multiple endings. So from what we've gathered so far and what they've talked about is that in single player, you'll create a character and then the decisions you make throughout the single player will affect the different endings and different types of things that happen in the missions. Between all of that, the multiplayer, and then whatever happens with the Battle Royale Warzone, the return of zombies, this has all the makings to be a title where my friends aren't split, where some are playing, Overwatch, some are playing Valorant, some are playing Call of Duty, some are playing the multiplayer, some are playing Warzone. This has the capability to be a title where everybody who loves shooters, there is something there for you in the box. So that's what really excites me about Call of Duty so far this year, with the Cold War game. What about you guys?
So for me, I want to start there at something you said, because we've seen this start to grow in gaming, multiple endings and multiple branches of storylines. Detroit Become Human and David Cage and all his development. Before that, it was Heavy Rain. Why in Call of Duty do you feel like it now adds that extra oomph, even though we've seen it before?
Well, for Call of Duty, if you think back to one of the last Black Ops games, they decided to just cut the single player entirely because most of the people spend their time in the multiplayers and zombies, and the single player didn't really have a ton of replayability. You played through once, it was very linear, you know, you run through, kill a bunch of guys, and then just kind of go to the next objective. This has, but the stories were good in them, which is a little bit of a shame because nobody really kind of gave them as much love as they should. I think this will actually drag a lot of players back into playing the single player and be more of a single player kind of co-op type of feel. And then I think Zombies is a huge win. Zombies has a massive following. Having Zombies back is going to be huge.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Zombies mode. Actually, if anything, it seems like, you know how Nintendo had Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? It's like, we're gonna bring it all back together into one package.
Oh, yeah.
You buy one game, you're gonna get all these different things. I feel like this Call of Duty, and maybe the pattern that they're gonna have going forward, is like, hey, you wanna play Zombies? This version has the Zombies in it. If you wanna do this, we got this too. We got all sorts of multiplayer and crossplay and a fun single player campaign. So it's actually kind of interesting to see. I think they're bringing out the big guns for the next generation of consoles. But I'm just hoping that this is more of what we see in the future instead of a game that, you know, like doesn't have a single player mode because they're like, yeah, whatever, screw it. People don't care about it anyway. Yeah. I think having a more like full experience when you buy a Call of Duty game is going to, at the very least, is the only way you're going to convince someone like me to get it.
Yeah, and I do love a story mode with multiple endings, even though I find multiple endings to be kind of stressful sometimes.
Right?
Because a lot of the time with multiple endings, it's like there's the good ending, but you have to do everything perfectly to get that ending. And that's really stressful for somebody like me who likes to explore and not use like strategy guides and optimized play. Like I just want to play the game. Right. So I end up with like mediocre endings most of the time, I feel like.
Right. What's that? Is that you're about to spend 300 hours on Call of Duty now?
No,
yeah. Breaking news.
I'm about to spend 300 hours on it because I'm so bad at it. It will take me that long to play what should be maybe an 8-hour campaign.
One thing we did have kind of comments on when we were talking about the console wars last week is that they've said that the beta will be for PS4 first. So that is something that traditionally has gone on in the past, but still, when we talked about like Halo Infinite getting delayed and now maybe Call of Duty could kind of bring some players into the Xbox X, it seems like they have something going on with PlayStation. So I think that may be another win for PlayStation in terms of next gen.
Interesting. And actually, our producer is telling us there are multiple versions of this game as well, price point wise, and this is going to be a new industry standard, I think. The standard edition is $60, and then there's a cross-gen bundle that costs $70. So we're thinking, is this like a backdoor way that we're going to slowly start elevating the price of games now that $70 is going to sort of be the standard for next gen?
I think I did see with the higher priced game that you do get the Season 1 Battle Pass for free.
Nice.
So that is kind of like, that's usually like, what, a $10 cost across multiple different games. So I think it's probably just a way to get people like in early and like pre-order, because I think you also do get access to a wood skin and then a weapon blueprint for Modern Warfare if you do the digital pre-order. So the digital pre-order gets you the beta for PS4 early, and it gets you the content in Warzone. So you do get, I mean, when you're starting to like kind of think about now with the cross-play bundle and the digital pre-order with the beta, the battle pass, the blueprint, you do get a decent amount for the price.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think they want to package it up as much as possible, especially if they're just going to have this pattern of like, we are kind of changing up how we give this stuff out. Now, obviously, it costs them nothing to give you a battle pass, but as a player and as a huge part of that ecosystem, you want that.
Right. I will say we did cover in 2K, right? Earlier, I think a couple of weeks ago, we covered the fact that 2K was thinking about raising their prices for NBA 2K, the next generation of it, and they kind of had that back and forth. And now with Call of Duty doing it, being cross-gen, I like that because I kind of assumed if I buy it now and play it now and then over Christmas upgrade, I'd have to buy a whole other game for $60.
Right.
So I don't mind
No,
That's actually quite nice.
Yeah, I'm actually fully in support of the way that this is being sold because as you say, like you buy it one time digitally and you can play it across whatever consoles, whatever generation of console you're playing on. To me, that justifies that price point.
I mean, it's something is, let's say you buy it for PC, and what if your PC crashes, right? You want to go play with your buddies still, you just fire up your PS4 and you don't have to repurchase. You can, it's pretty seamless. So that is actually a huge addition.
Yeah,
Big
absolutely. Fan. Well, Matt, thank you so much for all of your insight and expertise when it comes to all things COD blops. Plenty more when the download returns after the break.
You didn't thank him for his dashingly good looks and sick beard.
Well, he's all those things.
I love looking at that face. Welcome back to the download. This Saturday, it's finally here. The live premiere of Dare Package, starring by Austin Show, hits at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. Each week, 8 contestants will receive a drop filled with wild, disgusting, brain-melting, and hilarious challenges that will push them beyond their mental, social, and competitive limits until only one is left standing. Make sure you check it out. I can't wait to see this show. Now, more breaking news this morning. FaZe Clan and streamer Tfue announced that they have reached an agreement in their legal battle that began last year. In a statement given to the download from a FaZe Clan spokesperson, the esports organization said, FaZe Clan and Turner Tenney, that's his name, are pleased to announce that they have resolved their disputes and settled their litigations. The parties wish one another the best of luck in future endeavors. We'll keep you up to date on any future developments. FaZe out.
FaZe out. Epic versus Apple continues. On Monday, a judge ruled that Apple could not ban every Unreal Engine game from the App Store, as the tech giant had threatened last week. However, the restraining order did not restore Fortnite's place on the App Store. This came after Microsoft backed Epic Games in the fight, issuing a legal declaration of support of the publisher.
I thought that was huge.
Yeah.
That is pretty big. But just because Epic is in a war with the biggest tech company in the world doesn't mean it's going to stop putting out Fortnite updates. Tomorrow, the second chapter of the 4th season of Fortnite will drop, bringing a Marvel collaboration with it. However, due to Apple's blocking Epic's ability to push updates to the Battle Royale store in their app store, tomorrow also marks the last day that Fortnite will be playable on iOS devices. We'll be sure to keep you up to date on this story as more comes in. I'm excited to not play Fortnite.
Keep that phone. It's going to be worth millions.
Millions of
On
dollars.
Monday, Spotify announced it became the official audio streaming partner for League of Legends.
Woo.
The partnership makes Spotify their official hub for everything, including custom playlists, upcoming songs, and exclusive podcasts. That's massive.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I love my Spotify partnership. So,
I'm just waiting for that KDA single to drop.
I know tomorrow we'll talk about it. All right,
Yes.
everyone hunt down a Broxa. How about a Strigo or a Kikimore? Perhaps an Osro. Got any interest in drowners, fletters, who knows? If your answer to any of this is yes, and boy, does CD Projekt Red and developer Spocko have a game for you. The Witcher Monster Slayer is an upcoming location-based AR game, basically what Pokemon Go is. But for those of you that want to hunt Griggs, you know, those famous monsters that everyone totally knows about in the Witcher universe.
Yeah. Emma.
Is it gonna be like a 200-hour story mode?
Yeah.
Within this AR game?
I'm just terrified that this dog sees something that doesn't exist except for this guy's phone.
Yeah, that is a little concerning that the dog is able to apparently see these Witcher monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty cool.
All right, well, you may have noticed I had a little bit of a wardrobe change, AKA this sick new championship hoodie.
What?
It even has this dope VENN patch. Hi-ya! Right there!
Ooh!
The best part, this hoodie is designed specifically for gamers in mind. So how did this happen? To talk about the collaboration between VENN and Champion, we'd like to welcome onto the show Tyler Lewison, General Manager of Champion Teamwear and the man heading up the company's esports efforts. Welcome!
Thank you for having me.
Yo, sick hoodie.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah,
I have one just
thank
like
you,
it.
thank you.
Yeah, now, before we talk about the VENN patch, Champion has a line of athletic wear just for gamers. How did that come about?
Yeah, so we spend a lot of time in the space trying to understand what the needs are. And just like you guys, you launched something that was intended to identify a need and fill that gap. We felt like in the gaming space, there's a need for specific apparel design for gamers. So we set about the course of wear testing and getting feedback from over 40 professional gamers to come up with a product that you're seeing right now. So we're really excited about it. It's launching right now on champion.com, and we're just excited to team up with you guys to do it.
So how is it exactly that these hoodies are designed specifically for gamers?
Yeah, so a lot of great features. One of them that I like a lot is this large oversized hood that you can wear with your headset. So, you know, if you really want to zone in and focus, you don't have to worry about it just being too tight. And if you have a fantastic Champion HyperX headset, then it's a double bonus.
Nice.
Another feature that I really like is it has fleece-lined pockets. Fantastic, keep your hands warm. It's got narrowed sleeves, so if you pull your sleeves up, they stay up.
Yeah.
It has some odor control for some folks out there.
That's you, Digon.
And I wasn't going to say it, but maybe that's the next Digon meme right there.
Yes.
Darth Sidious.
That's right. But probably the coolest feature is this Velcro patch system, which we're calling patch notes. So you can switch out, celebrate limited edition events, or this is patch notes 1.0. We have a whole bunch of different champion patches available on champion.com right now. You can switch things out. If you wanted to commemorate an event like the launch of an amazing network that's going to be the MTV of gaming, VENN, then you can get your own custom VENN patch, different things like that.
Oh, I'm blushing over here. Well, can you tell us more about this VENN patch and how it came to be in this collaboration?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a fantastic New York design team, and they partnered with your creative team, and they threw a bunch of ideas back and forth, and they came out with the design that you guys have there. It's pretty fantastic.
Pretty sick.
Well, KB, I see you in chat saying that VENN can give Digon a hoodie, but I only get one sleeve. I have a hoodie. It just didn't go with my outfit, okay? All right. And that nerd is sold on the odor control. So where can the viewers at home get one of these hoodies? I know we mentioned it before, but just to reiterate.
Yeah, right now, champion.com. Some of our retail stores, they have them as well, champion-specific retail stores. So.
And I do like those fleece-lined pockets. They're very, very nice. Thank you so much for joining us, Tyler. Now, Digon, we didn't want you to be the only one modeling the hoodie today. So that's why we have got the captain and founder of Dignitas Tfue, EMUHLEET, right here in the studio with us.
Welcome,
Yeah.
EMUHLEET.
Slap this one on too.
Yeah.
You're close, but you're not close, but you're right next to
Yeah, it's good. It's a COVID amount of close. I like it. I like it. So, EMUHLEET, you actually helped design this hoodie. Is that correct?
Yeah, me and other gamers at Dignitas worked closely with Champion in creating and designing the whole gamer hoodie. So it was really cool because they really wanted to apply functionality, accessibility, and comfort for us gamers.
Yes.
Yeah.
What would you say is your sort of favorite thing about it, functionality-wise?
I really love the oversized hoodie that Tyler was mentioning because I'm a cold person. I'm always cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we play in various different environments when me and my team are competing. So we don't have to ever worry about taking off our HyperX headset. We can put our hood right over it, and it's a really nice aspect of the hoodie.
Yeah.
And speaking of wearing headsets all the time, you are one of the leading faces of women in esports, not even women gaming and in esports. Tell us a little bit about your journey there and like what you hope to continue to find success in.
My journey at first was very difficult. I was working full-time as a nurse. Now I'm doing part-time just because I love nursing and helping people. And so I'm very, very passionate about gaming. Me and my team work very, very hard, all while balancing our jobs prior to Dignitas. I kind of connect my nursing skills with gaming. I work in an addiction care center, so I help people that are struggling with addiction to drugs and alcohol. And I had a patient one time that was really struggling, and he had an Overwatch backpack. And I was like, all right, this is my chance to connect with this patient. And I don't think I've ever smiled as much as he did when I started talking about gaming. So it's a really cool connection that I can apply.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I love that it's bringing people together. And actually, just today, the new platform, female-led platform, focus platform, FaZe got announced. This is really exciting, and it's, I'm just reading about it here, and all of this makes me smile, right? We're talking about a Dignitas committing to support women gamers in the space, educational, social stuff, competitive resources. What was your involvement in this, and what excites you the most about this?
So my team and other women of Dignitas have come together to create a platform for women gamers, the FaZe platform. And something that I had when I first started gaming was I didn't have a female role model that played video games. Yeah. And so me and my team were role models for other girls because I would do panels and stuff at colleges. So we created this platform so we are going to start giving resources to women in gaming and create opportunities for anyone that wants to be in esports.
That's fantastic.
That's so good.
And I'm sure we're going to hear more about it because you are going to be joining the guest house later today with host Chrissy Costanza, which means for those of you watching at home, that's 2 more hours of Emily gaming and having fun and talking about all these amazing initiatives. And thank you so much for joining us today. And of course, for those of you that want to tune in, Guest House premieres today at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be hanging out with Chrissy Costanza and Emily playing some video games. Excited?
I'm so excited.
It's going to be great.
It'll be fun. Can't wait to watch.
The download does need to take a quick break, but when we come back, it's time to head into the fandom for a quick round of Highkey, Lowkey, Nokey. We'll be right back.
Woo! Woo! Welcome back to the download. Comic book fans rejoiced over the weekend as DC Fandom finally happened, and with it came a whole pile of announcements. Let's decide how we're feeling about everything in a segment we like to call Highkey, Lowkey, or Nokey.
That's such a cool new graphic. Of course, you can play along at home. Tell us if you're Highkey, Lowkey, or Nokey excited in Discord or in our chat. First up, Gotham Knights. Woo! WB Montreal showed off gameplay from the upcoming co-op open world game, which features a whole bunch of Cat family characters, but interestingly, not Batman himself. So team, are we Highkey, Lowkey, or Nokey stoked to get your hands on Robin, Batgirl, Nightwing, and the Red Hood?
Well, Jimmy, despite there not being any cat family in it, which is, I believe, what you said, I am Highkey. Excited about this game. For a hot second, I thought it was going to be a Superman game. I got really, really excited. Tiny disappointment that it was not. But then they were like, you can play as Barbara Gordon. And I was like, I am all in on Gotham Knights, co-op, RPG elements, sold.
What about Catman?
Catman.
Catman. All right, I am still trying to recover. I am Lowkey, I guess Lowkey, excited about it just because I'm having Bat and Cat fatigue. I feel like there's been a lot of Batman stories and like, him fitting in without, the superpowers of others. And so I think that storyline is just kind of but there's life in it because now we're hitting 4 or 5 and maybe downloadable character content afterwards. Plus, each hero looks distinct. So I very much am interested in that, but a little weary.
And looking at the chat here, everyone, like myself, is Highkey. Ooh, cameraman, so talented. Highkey excited about this as well. I just like the DC universe because there are so many different ways that people have interpreted it over the years, especially in the Batman and the Joker world. So being able to see some of these lesser represented characters finally get out there could be pretty fun. I'm excited for it in general.
Yeah, and this is a separate story continuity from the Arkham games, just in case anybody was confused. So clean slate, let's go!
All right, okay, well, moving on, more like Robert Pattinson, right? The latest teaser for the Batman dropped at the fandom, featuring a very moody R-Pat. And the introduction of the main villain, the Riddler. Now, the Riddler left a clue for Batman mid-trailer, and of course, the internet, they already freaking figured it out. So we're not gonna spoil it for you, but we will ask to our wonderful hosts here at the table, are we Highkey, Lowkey, or Nokey excited for the Batman?
I am, low-key excited for Batman. I already explained it. I'm kind of like burned out of Batman movies. I do think Robert Pattinson is a fantastic actor this year with this announcement plus Tenet that came out. So I'll definitely watch. But I'm no-key excited about people spoiling it and figuring it out so quickly. Come on, guys. Some of us aren't that fast with symbols.
Wow. Well, I personally am Highkey. Excited about the Batman. Love Robert Pattinson. I was super on board with that casting, but for me, it is all about Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. That's the place for the cats, is the Catwoman. Yeah, I think she's wonderful and she's going to be great in the role. The whole cast is fantastic. Looking forward to Paul Dano. Let's go. I'm good.
I'm looking forward to the cast as well, but I will stay low-key excited about this because, I mean, here's the thing. Batman has had 1,000 iterations.
I know.
So has Spider-Man, and it takes a lot to really make the new version of something good, and Batman has been on a bad streak, a bat streak, one might say. But I do believe Robert Pattinson has the acting chops to pull it out. I'm excited. I'm very excited. All right, the Suicide Squad is also back, and this time, hopefully, in a not-so-bad movie. The first one sucked. I'm sorry. Now, this team of sort of superheroes are the stars of the latest game from Rocksteady, the team behind the Batman Arkham games. And we didn't get to see any gameplay for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. We did get to see a trailer for the cinematic one, and it definitely turned some heads. Well, you know what to do. Highkey, Lowkey, or Nokey about Suicide Squad in general.
Well, the way to secure or cure Batman fatigue is to Highkey. Get rid of them. Plus, King Shark, all the iterations of King Shark going around, was pretty funny. So,
Yeah.
I'm high-key ready to play this.
I'm going low-key
Wow.
on this one, only because we didn't see any gameplay.
Right.
I love the trailer. I love the vibe of it. I love Let's Go Kill the Justice League. I'm pro killing Batman, I guess.
Yeah.
But I need to see some gameplay to be 100% sold.
Okay, I'm gonna be no key on the video game,
What?
but I am
Oh.
high key on the movie because I love James Gunn. There we go. Boom. Check it out. All right. See these righteous custom Xboxes Microsoft is giving away? They're actually a part of the push for the upcoming sequel to 2017's excellent Wonder Woman movie. That's right, Gal Gadot is returning in Wonder Woman 1984, which got its very own trailer over the weekend, featuring Chris Pine's character somehow very much still alive because he's so handsome he can't die. Guys, are we high-key, low-key, or no-key excited for the Wonder Woman sequel and the cheetah?
Oh, well,
cats.
I am high-key excited about Wonder Woman. Steve Trevor, supportive boyfriend, always here for it. Also, the score. You got a nice little sampling of it in the trailer. It's got some 80s synthy vibes about it, a little Tron Legacy feel to it. I am so freaking in.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm excited about Kristen Wiig as Cheetah, even though it looks a little jellicle.
Jellicle! What a throwback!
That was good.
Wow, I'm always glad we can reference the best movie of all time on this show.
I am high-key. Anything Gal Gadot does is sick. Her background as a human being is amazing. And plus now there's a thing, right? It's like, hey, how is Steve Trevor alive? So there's already a hook in there that hasn't been answered already, and I will watch it.
Yeah, it's actually probably contractual. I still love it. I'm just kidding. I'm high-key excited about it as well. I love Wonder Woman. I thought this could be the rebirth of the DC world to actually be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and finally, well, we had to talk about this one. The Snyder Cut. It got its first trailer. It features the first look at Darkseid. Cool. He looks like a CG monstrosity. You can probably tell by the tone of my voice how I feel, but are we low-key, high-key, no-key excited for the extremely long edition of the Justice League movie ×2? Everyone, it's back, it's back. We're all no-key excited.
Right, moving on. So the download has to take a break, but when we come back, sugar, spice, and everything nice is getting
What the
a
heck?
new look. What could that mean? Wrong answers only in chat, and find out when we return.
No.
Before the break, we told you that a certain trio is making their return. That's right, it's the Powerpuff Girls, but this time in a live-action capacity. That means it's time for the stories you didn't have time to read in TLDR.
That's right. Fine purveyors of other dark reboots like Riverdale and Nancy Drew, the CW is taking a crack at the classic Cartoon Network kids show. This time around, though, the Powerpuff Girls are disillusioned 20-somethings who come back for one more reluctant adventure. It's the CW. What did you expect?
I mean, is that really true? Because I feel like there's so much potential for a really fun live-action Powerpuff Girls series, but that's not the concept.
Yeah,
for me.
I also think there's a massive world of like, hey, they kick butt all the time. Now,
Yeah.
that to me, this seems like an angle that could go anywhere.
It's just so moody.
It's CW.
I don't.
What did you
Yeah,
expect?
that is my reservation. Is it's CW because otherwise I'm very on board with this concept. Esports has been in the limelight for a while now, but there's still a little special feeling that happens whenever a traditional sports star takes notice of their digital little brothers. That happened on Tuesday as NBA star Ben Simmons invested in esports/lifestyle organization, a FaZe clan.
FaZe up! FaZe up! FaZe up!
Of course, he had to get himself a gamer tag. What do you think of FaZe Simo? Is that correct? Simo or is it
Simo?
Simo. I figured it was Simo because his last name is Simmons, but you know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
This is cool. I mean, I would love to see more of this happening instead of, because a lot of esports teams are being bought up by full-on organizations.
Yeah.
So I do like seeing more of less of an age gap, right, between the people that are investing in these groups and the people that are owning and running them and all that. So I think this is actually healthy.
Yeah, again, another fantastic opportunity for sports and esports to cross over. Ben Simmons, a budding superstar in the NBA and young, right? Like, I think this is very different than like, hey, I made my $1 millions and now I'm throwing some money in something. Like, this is not just for fun for here.
No,
this is something that he cares about and is awesome.
This is somebody who has a genuine connection to this and genuine interest and wants to develop it rather than just make money off it.
Right. Last week, Detective Emma took a closer look at everything you scoundrels submitted on Discord. But Digon was getting too comfortable, so we thought that he double hockey sticks, what the heck, and figured it was time for him to get schooled. Digon, are you ready?
Here to grade your work is Mr. Digon. Let's see what he puts to the test in social studies.
Yeah, I'm your substitute teacher. You know, I'm not as educated as these two individuals, so I'll just do my best. Yeah, all right, and we'll get you over. I'm just gonna read the script. That's what the teacher gave me. All right, first up, Soberius. Soberius. He just got one of those names like Aristotle or whatever. It's one of those philosophers on Discord. He made this. This is when I went to Yankee Stadium. It was freaking awesome, and yeah, it was one of the best moments of my life announcing Royal Rumble.
Is that Yankee Stadium?
That's obviously true.
Indoors.
I was there. You were not. All right, let's.
Are you from Boston
I didn't
or New
pick
York,
you.
Mr.
I didn't.
Digon?
I'm not. You know what? I'm gonna write you up if you keep talking there, Emmer. All right, let's go to the next
Jersey,
one.
Got it.
Joyce.
Okay. The next one here is Troy of Athens. Oh, I see what you did there with the wooden horse. I paid attention in 3rd grade. On Discord, he made this one. This is obviously the Suicide Squad. I'm in the front because me and Harley Quinn, we got the colored hairs. Emma's in the back. She's on the right side. She's someone dark. And then over there, Jimmy, he likes paint. He's a polka dot. All right, next one, Luca TV, also from Discord. That's from that game Among Us. When you lie to people, I would never lie to people, you know, so
Never.
I'm very
Yeah,
truthful.
you seem like a trustworthy fellow.
But yeah, I just don't know how the victory ended. Okay, next up, my boy Manatee.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, this is the deep cut. We're going further in with that universe here.
Dig on your face.
I'm hiding. Manatee did a good job making my face the same color as my arms in this one. Yeah, that was a good one
That's
too.
some good skin matching.
All right, last one. All right, granted, I know you kids were generous enough to not just include me in this little game. I appreciate it, but honestly, I kind of feel bad for Patrick being left out. So there's one for Patrick. He lost his eyebrows there.
He looks terrifying.
Yeah,
What
that's
the heck?
surprise. A+, good work. I really feel like the judgment in his eyebrowless gaze.
Yeah, Patrick, actually, I think we have something here from Patrick, our intrepid Friday co-host, on the download. Hey, Patrick, what do you think of this one?
Yeah. Oh.
That is the worst image I've ever seen, and it is scarred into my brain. I think it melted my own eyebrows off looking at that.
Yeah, your eyebrows are looking pretty thin right now, Patrick. Sorry about that. Hey, all right, so that's all we had for this one. This was all right, but we want more. I'm talking screen grabs of our faces when we're scratching our noses. And odds, I mean Jimmy's. Jimmy, you're up.
Go,
Green
Jimmy,
screen,
go.
start
Bring
doing
it.
the moves.
Pose it
Bring
up.
it. Are you ready to meme this?
All right, Discord chat, make this happen. Jimmy, give me another move. Look sideways, Jimmy. Yeah,
We'll
there it
see
is,
you all
punch. Give me a
tomorrow.
couple fighters.